amigos, welcome back. Today we are going to learn how to use the verb costar, which we use to talk about how much things cost. We're talking about the price of things. So join me. Welcome to Teacher Catalina, my channel, where you learn Spanish with a native speaker and a certified Spanish teacher with more than 16 years of experience. I would like to invite you to click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any lessons. So imagine that you are going to a Spanish-speaking country, or maybe you are at a Spanish-speaking country and you need to know how to ask about how much things cost. Well, we're going to take care of that today. The main thing you need to know is that we're going to learn how to use the verb costar, to cost, when we talk about money. Are you ready?
Yes.
¿Estás listo?
Yes.
Muy bien! Then let's go to our classroom. So you already know that the verb costar means to cost. Now we have to learn how to use it to be able to ask how much things cost, or to be able to say things cost a certain number of dollars, pesos, whatever the currency is that you're talking about. There are two forms for the verb costar. It basically depends, what is it that costs a certain amount of money? Is it a singular item or is it a plural item? More than one. That's what's going to determine whether you use cuesta or cuestan. Again, cuesta is for singular things and cuestan is for plural things. Cuesta and cuestan. Got it?
Positive.
Muy bien. So for example, if we're talking about las botas, we would say, las botas cuestan $300. Las botas cuestan $300. But if we're talking about el vestido, one dress, el vestido, then we would say, el vestido cuesta $100. El vestido cuesta $100. Do you see how we use cuesta for singular and cuestan for plural? That's exactly what you need to remember. Muy bien?
Yes.
Perfecto. So how do you ask how much something is? Very simple. We're going to use this question. ¿Cuánto cuesta or cuánto cuestan, depending on the item that you're inquiring about? So for example, let's bring back our botas. I am at a store and I want to know how much they are. I may say, Señorita, ¿cuánto cuestan las botas? Señorita, ¿cuánto cuestan las botas? And she may answer, las botas cuestan $300. Las botas cuestan $300. On the other hand, I saw this vestido, this dress that I really like, and I want to know how much it is. So I'm going to say, Señor, ¿cuánto cuesta el vestido? ¿Cuánto cuesta el vestido? And he probably will say, el vestido cuesta $100. El vestido cuesta $100. Now, remember, I am giving you an example on dólares, which are dollars, but the currency may be euros or pesos or the currency of the country that you're visiting. So make sure that you check. It's important that you know those big numbers because when we're talking about the price of things, we're going to be dealing with bigger numbers, most likely bigger than 20, 30, 40, and 50, especially if you're in a Spanish-speaking country in Latin America, South America, Central America, where the currency will change and you will have to deal with big numbers. So, let's do a quick review of the numbers, shall we?
Let's hear it.
Muy bien. Specifically, numbers from 100 to 1 million. Now, remember that we say uno when we're counting, but uno will change to un or una depending on what is it that we are describing. Is it 21 vestidos, dresses, or is it 21 faldas? So let's start with the number 100. ¿Listos? The number 100 is 100. 100. Very good. 200. 200. 200. See what happened there? 200. 200. 300. 300. 400. Good. 400, 500, 500, 600, 600, 700, 700, 800, 800, 900, 900, and 1000, 1000. Let's talk a little bit about the number 100, 100, 100. When we are going to move into 101, 102, 103, and so forth, we're going to change it to ciento, ciento. And therefore, we're going to say 101, 102, 103, 104, and you know the rest. We can use it for things that are masculine or feminine. We could say 102 carros or 102 faldas. Carros is masculine and faldas is feminine. When we move on to the 200, all the way up to 900, we have to worry a little bit about gender. We need to make sure that they agree with the gender of the thing that we're talking about. So we would say 200 carros, but we would say 200 faldas. Faldas are skirts and they're a feminine noun. 200 carros, but 200 faldas. Again, with 200, anything in between, you're going to say 201, 202, 220, 250, and you should know the rest. Make sure that you do remember that the gender has to agree with the number between 200 and 900. So here's another example. Let's look at the number 500, 500, 500. We would say 500 carros, but we would say 500 faldas. 500 carros, but 500 faldas. Make sure you don't forget. Now, let's talk about 1,000. The number 1,000 is 1000. 1000. 1000 does not change with gender, so you don't have to worry about it. We could say 1000 carros or 1000 faldas. It won't change. Now, let's talk about the thousands. Between 1000 and 1 million, un millón, by the way, un millón, we are going to just follow the pattern. So we would say 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 20,000, 50,000, 90,000, 100,000, 500,000, 900,000, and I kind of know that you're getting the pattern. And I know you already heard me, but let's make sure that it is clear that 1 million is un millón. Un millón. Now remember, un millón, it's only 1 million. I know, it's kind of weird to say only 1 million, but it is technically singular. It's 1 million. So if you want to talk about more than 1 million, maybe 2 millions, you have to make that word plural. Just like you do in English, you say 1 million, but you say 2 millions. So we have un millón, but 2 millones, 3 millones, 4 millones, and so forth. I even taught you a little bit more than the 1 million that I promised you. So if you like this video this far, go ahead and hit that like button, me gusta. It really helps my channel. Here's something important to remember about the word millón or millones. When millón or millones is followed by a noun, you have to use de. So you would say un millón de dólares. $1 million of dollars is basically what it would translate to. Un millón de dólares or un millón de carros. See how we put the de? The de must be used when millón or millones is followed by a noun. And that's it, amigos. Just like that, you learn how to count up to 1 million and a little bit further. You know, I taught you a little bit more. Woo! So now that you did a quick review of the numbers, we can talk about how much things cost. Are you ready? ¿Estás listo?
Yes.
Muy bien. Por ejemplo, for example, if you're looking for a car in Colombia, where we use the Colombian peso, you're going to be using big numbers. Let me show you. Maybe I go to a dealership and I say, Señor, ¿cuánto cuesta el carro? Señor, ¿cuánto cuesta el carro? How much is the car? And he will say, el carro cuesta 50 millones de pesos.
Wow.
Yes, you heard that right. El carro cuesta 50 millones de pesos. If that surprises you, make sure that you take some time to Google the difference between a Colombian peso and a dollar. There is a currency exchange, and therefore we're dealing with bigger numbers. So again, extremely important that you're comfortable with those bigger numbers. I know you may not be buying a car, so you may not get into those big millions, but you are certainly going to be in the thousands. Here's another example. Again, if I'm still in Colombia, I may say, Señor, ¿cuánto cuesta el pan? Señor, ¿cuánto cuesta el pan? How much is the bread, sir? And he will say, el pan cuesta más o menos 3,000 pesos. El pan cuesta más o menos 3,000 pesos. About 3,000 pesos. I hope I made my point of how important those big numbers are if you're traveling to South and Central America. Does the same thing happen in España? In Spain? Think about it.
Let's hear it.
No, you're probably not going to be dealing with big numbers in España, in Spain, because the euro is about the same as a dollar. So the prices will be very similar to you. However, even in España, it is extremely important that you know those big numbers because you know, maybe you want to buy a big fancy car or a new house or a new apartment. And either way, you still need to be able to ask how much things cost, and you need to be able to understand when they say cuesta or cuestan. So let's do a very quick review so that you are comfortable next time you travel to a Spanish-speaking country or when you're taking that test in your Spanish class. Number 1, we use the verb costar to talk about how much things cost. There are 2 forms of costar, cuesta and cuestan. How do we know when to use which? It depends on what is it that costs a certain amount of money. Cuesta for singular things and cuestan for plural things. Remember our example. El carro cuesta 50 millones de pesos. El carro cuesta 50 millones de pesos. Los panes, plural, los panes cuestan 6,000 pesos. Los panes cuestan 6,000 pesos. And then, don't forget those big numbers. Make sure that you're comfortable with them. Finally, before you go anywhere, make sure that you check the currency exchange so you know if you're going to be using big numbers and how much money they're going to give you for your own money. Now you're ready to go shopping, whether it's for a new vestido, a new dress, or un carro nuevo, a new car. I don't know what you're going to buy, but you are ready and equipped to buy whatever you want as long as you have the money.
Money.
Muchas gracias por estar conmigo hoy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again next time. And don't forget, if you have not clicked subscribe, now would be a great time to do that, as well as giving me a thumbs up so that we can continue working together. Muchas gracias y nos vemos. Adiós.